In a humid tropical garden, where broad green leaves overlap like layers of shelter, and dawn arrives softly through the shrubs, one of Asia's smallest birds begins a task that seems impossible for a creature so light. This is the common Tailorbird, only 11 grams in weight, small enough to vanish between two leaves, yet built with precision, speed, and astonishing purpose. It moves through the garden as though every leaf, stem, and thread already belongs to it. And in a way, it does. Because for this bird, the garden is not decoration. It is home, workshop, nursery, and battlefield. The male announces himself first. From the top of a shrub comes a voice far bigger than the bird that produces it. Sharp, repeated, carrying. A claim, a warning, a declaration that this patch of leaves is already occupied. Nearby, the female works more quietly. She does not waste energy on display. She inspects leaves, one edge, then another, a different angle, a different thickness. She is not simply choosing a place to sit. She is selecting the walls of a future nest. This is the first value the video brings, knowledge. Because what looks like an ordinary garden bird is actually one of the most precise natural builders in Asia. A species that can test leaf strength, collect silk, thread fiber, and stitch living leaves into a nest strong enough to protect eggs and chicks. Then the work begins. A puncture in a leaf edge, then another. The female uses her fine bill like a needle. She threads plant fiber through living leaf tissue, pulls it tight, loops it, ties it, then repeats. Stitch by stitch, two leaves begin to bend toward each other. A cone appears. Not built from dead material on the ground, but sewn directly into the living plant itself. The male brings fibers, the female stitches. Spider silk strengthens the binding. Soft plant down lines the inside. Outside, green camouflage. Inside, a cradle. And here comes the second value of the video, a life lesson. This tiny bird teaches that greatness does not require size. It requires focus, patience, and skill. A creature weighing less than a spoonful of water creates a structure that larger animals pass by without ever seeing. That is not weakness. That is mastery. Soon the nest is complete. From 2 meters away, it is almost invisible. The leaves are still green, still attached, still moving naturally in the wind. The nest does not hide beside the plant. It hides as part of it. And it must, because danger in the garden is constant. A rat snake searches the shrub base. A house crow watches from the wall. A cat patrols above the branches. Everything in the garden is looking for weakness. But the Tailorbird survives because it has removed the obvious signs of one. Then the eggs arrive. 3 tiny eggs, pale and spotted, resting inside the stitched leaf cone. The parents take turns incubating, one on the nest, one foraging nearby. Then a seamless exchange. Rain falls hard. The living leaves shed water away from the cup. The interior stays dry. A snake comes within centimeters. The nest stays silent, still invisible. It is not only well made, it is correctly imagined. That is another lesson hidden inside this story. Protection begins long before the crisis. The best defense is often built quietly before danger arrives. At last, the eggs begin to answer. A faint crack, a tiny sound from inside the shell. Then the first chick emerges, wet, naked, eyes sealed, its mouth opening wide the instant it feels air. Soon there are 3. 3 fragile lives inside a nest no bigger than a curled hand. Now the rhythm of parenthood begins. Food every few minutes. Caterpillars, tiny arthropods. Transfers at the entrance. Waste carried away to keep the nest clean and scent-free. The chicks grow louder. The nest vibrates with hunger. Their eyes begin to open.
Beep, beep, beep,
They
beep.
track shadows at the entrance.
Cheep, cheep, cheep.
And the garden,
Beep.
to anyone passing
Cheep, cheep.
by, still
Cheep,
seems
cheep.
ordinary. Then comes the closest danger of all. The rat snake returns. Not below the shrub this time, not somewhere nearby. Up the branches, toward the nest itself. 30 centimeters away, then 10. The female places herself between the snake and the nest. 11 grams of bird facing a predator vastly larger than itself. The male strikes from above. The female holds the branch. Both alarm at full volume. The chicks inside go completely silent, and the snake retreats. This is where the video offers its third value, an important perspective, full of meaning. Because it reminds us that heroism in nature is not rare.
Chirp,
It is
chirp,
simply
alarm,
small,
alarm, alarm.
fast,
Chirp, chirp.
and often
Caw, caw.
unnoticed.
Chirp, chirp, chirp,
Love
chirp.
in the
Caw,
wild
chirp,
is not
chirp.
sentimental. It is action, risk, positioning your body between danger and your young. Even in a garden, life is not simple. It is earned. By day 12, the chicks barely fit inside the cone. Their feathers are in. Their heads appear at the entrance. The nest that once hid them perfectly has become too small to contain the energy growing inside it. Then they leave. One by one, they push through the stitched opening and step onto the branch outside. The nest falls silent. The garden gains 3 new birds. At first, they can only fly short distances. They call often. The parents still feed them, but each day the intervals between help grow longer.
Chirp.
The fledglings begin to watch, then imitate.
Cheep, cheep,
A
cheep.
bill against a leaf, a tiny insect taken, a successful glean from the underside of a stem. This is how independence begins, not suddenly, but through observation, attempt, failure, and repetition. Soon they no longer stay in the natal shrub. They cross to other branches, other shrubs, other parts of the garden. They give their own alarms, find their own prey, roost on their own. And while they do, the female is already testing a new leaf. Because life here does not pause. One family is becoming independent at the very same moment the next cycle is beginning. The old nest yellows and curls, slowly dissolving back into the garden plant it once borrowed for life. The young birds remain. And that may be the deepest meaning of all. What matters is not that the nest lasts. What matters is that the life inside it does. So this video gives the viewer 3 things. It gives knowledge, showing one of nature's most remarkable nest-building strategies. It gives a lesson that intelligence, persistence, and skill can outweigh size. And it gives an important perspective that even the smallest life near us contains labor, danger, devotion, and meaning far greater than we usually notice. In the end, the common tailorbird is not only a tiny bird in a garden, it is proof that delicate things can be brilliantly made, fiercely defended, and fully alive.
Cheep, 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 cheep. Chirp, 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 chirp.
chirp, chirp. Zzzt. Beak, beak. Chirp, chirp.
Chui, 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 chui. Chip, 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 chip.
Tweep, tweep, tweep. Tlit, tlit. Tweep, tweep. Tew, tew. Pee, 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 pee.
Hello everyone watching this video and following my channel. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you enjoy watching the video. This is the process I used to create this video. I did use AI to generate the video, but I also incorporated creativity and personal thought into each video I created.